What's going on, guys? It is TransWorld Tuesday, and we are so excited to be back. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? Hopefully you had a great Memorial Day. What a nice 3-day weekend. Great time to hang out, enjoy some rays outside. Hopefully the weather was good for you wherever you're at. I know here in Chicago, it was wonderful. We were celebrating Robert Smith's birthday all weekend. So we were having a whole lot of fun with that. Contrary to all of the wonderful things on Facebook, and on behalf of Robert, he thanks you for all of that love. His birthday was not yesterday. His birthday was actually Friday the 22nd, but he still says, thank you so much, and thanks for all the love. So we appreciate you, but we got to celebrate it all weekend. Speaking of some birthdays, we got some fun ones to celebrate tonight. We've got Tabitha Barron and Taryn Myers. Happy birthday to them. Billy Caraway and Matt Marzer tomorrow. The 28th, we have Donna Nowak, Bud Strauss, Emily Bloom FX, and Rich Bianco. On the 29th, we have Maggie Garbelman, Kyle Bostic, and Bobby Schmidt. On the 30th, we have Island Chance and Sonia Pavlovsky. On the 31st, Andy Klein. On the 1st, Verda Barclay, Katie Lynn Rodriguez, David Peace, and Phil Rocco. And on the 2nd, Brian Mudgett. So happy birthday to all of our friends. As you saw at the top of the show, our premier sponsor here for TransWorld Live is Ticket Spice. We can't do this without them, and we're so grateful for them. Check them out at ticketspice.com for all of your event needs, any sort of your branding crisis, and if you really want to help make sure that you have no issues with your administration and your admission this season, give them a holler at ticketspice.com. All right, we are streaming live to 5 different feeds tonight on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you want to watch us. We are there, and we are 9 days away from MHC. Yes, Sean Fenner, you're right on the mark, and we're grateful. We, of course, are June 4th through the 7th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. For all of that information that you need, MidwestHauntersConvention.com. Of course, here, keep it live on TransWorld Live for all that late-breaking news. Let's run through everything. But the most important thing I can say right now, if you're planning on picking up a seminar, if you're planning on going to the ball, if you want to go to those haunt tours, if you want to be a part of anything that requires a ticket, make sure you buy your tickets by the 29th. The early bird pricing expires this 29th on this Friday, May 29th. So make sure you save yourself a couple of bucks, get into everything that you want to see, and don't miss out. All right, as Robert's got on the screen, we're kicking off MHC 2026 with the Thursday pre-convention haunted house bus tour. We're going behind the scenes at Disturbia and HellsGate Haunted House. We're going to have dinner at HellsGate Haunted House, and then we're going to get a full show from 5 Points Haunted House. On Friday, we're doing 2 mega bangers. That's right. Basement of the Dead, Massacre Haunted House, back-to-back twin headliners on Friday night for our Friday night hop tour. Very, very excited. Now, key point here that Jen wants me to point out, there's no dinner. So we're going to save you some money, but make sure you eat ahead of time. These haunts are like 5 minutes away from each other. You're going to see full season shows for both of them. So get ready. It's going to be crazy. We've talked about it kind of in the past. Everybody's making improvements. Everybody's making renovations. Massacre was just talking about how they've invested over $500,000 in the renovation. Mind blown. Can't wait to see this. If you've seen them last October, they are nothing like they are now. And they're premiering their new show just for us here at MHC. So do not miss out. Okay, moving on to Saturday. Of course, the convention floor is going to open up. We're going to have tons of booths, and we'll get into that in a second. But we're going to be doing the Learning Lab. This is a free education series that all you need is a ticket to the show. That's it. Come on by. It's right on the trade show floor. We're going to start off with an airbrushing course from Donna Novak. Very excited for that. We're going to then go into Dave and Aubrey from Horror Horns and Horror Props. They're going to be talking through marketing and how to go viral. Bruise Control, the art of impact. Of course, we talked with Bobby and Rebecca. They're going to give you a free bang up mag up class that's going to cost you nothing. So awesome. And then we're going to close out Saturday's free seminar series here with Japes and Tom Kolinek, talking about how wrestlers and professional wrestling, amateur wrestling, all of that showmanship and how that relates to your haunted attraction. Some very cool perspectives. Now, not to be outdone, Sunday, we're going to keep it going. We're going to talk to Tater. Tater's going to be leading the class talking about Froggy's Fog and everything that is atmospheric effects. And we're going to close out our free learning lab series with Danny Panic from 13th Floor Haunted House talking about distressing and costumes and how to use that old fabric for good to make your show even better. Again, that's all free. It's included in your ticket. Now, if you want to learn and maybe you're a little younger or maybe you're a parent and you want to bring up the next generation, Japes Palace, our educated masterclass teacher, is going to be guiding us through Ghoul School. Perfect for ages 6 to 12. Make sure, come on, hang out. All you got to do is sign up ahead of time. It's free with your ticket. So he'll give you all the basics on how to be tomorrow's haunter today. Very excited. Bloody Mary Makeup Wars. For those that have been going to MHC for years, this is a standard. I think it's around for like 30 years. It's crazy. Well, the contest will again continue this year. We just had Bobby talking about it and how passionate she is. That'll be on the main stage about 4:15 on Saturday. And if you have a team that wants to participate, not only for eternal glory, but also cash prizes, if you could believe it, there's still a spot or two open. So make sure you sign up now. MidwestHauntersConvention.com. Look for the Bloody Mary Makeup Wars and make sure you get your haunted attraction in now. All right, not to be outdone, we're talking about that main stage. Guys, Haunted House Chicago Row, right in the heart of the pit. And all of our amazing haunted attraction sponsors. We're talking Midnight Terror. We're talking 13th Floor Haunted House, Terror at the Fair, 5 Point Haunted House, Nightmares Haunted House, HellsGate Haunted House, Catacombs, Twisted Crypt, Massacre, Realm of Terror, Basement of the Dead, Disturbia, and Six Flags Great America. You're going to see them run around the pit competing for eternal glory and an amazing trophy courtesy of Ghost Ride Productions in our Haunt Olympics. And if you're listening to this and you're one of those haunts and say, hey, how do I sign up for the Olympics? Super, super easy. Reach out to the owner or your manager, and they're going to get you connected because we can't wait to see you do a whole lot of fun stuff, including some relay races, maybe eat some hot peppers, dance around, make some costumes, maybe even make a birdhouse. We don't know. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be a great time, and you get to see them. All right. If you want to don your best zombie apparel and crawl all the way through the streets of Rosemont, guess what, folks? This next one's for you. The Zombie Walk, the annual Zombie Walk, courtesy of the Chicago Zombie March. That'll be happening on Saturday, right when the show floor closes. About 5:15, everybody's going to gather in the lobby, and about 5:30, they'll start shuffling. So get ready, make your best dead, and start getting ready to crawl. Pre-registration is required, but again, another free event with your ticket purchase. Saturday night, our epic social event of the year. Here was last year's winner. We're super excited to see Sammy again. I know she's out there. The Saturday night MHC costume party. Starting at 8:30, there's going to be cash prize. It is the social event of the year, and we're going to talk about it a little bit deeper later in the show. So stay tuned. Now, we all love haunted houses. Who doesn't? Whether you're a home haunter, an enthusiast, a do-it-yourselfer, it doesn't matter. We love haunted houses. And guess what? The Chicago Haunt Builders are going to be making a full-scale walk-through haunted attraction right there on the floor. You're not going to want to miss it. Again, free with your purchase. All you have to do is have a ticket to the show and you get to go through as much as you want. So huge courtesy to all of them. We love them. Thank you for being a sponsor again and doing all this amazing work. Speaking of amazing work, we know you love your costumes. We know you put a lot of effort into them and you want to showcase them. We're going to have that Saturday night costume ball party, but then on Sunday, we're getting up for the 10th annual Sinister Visions costume contest. It's open to everybody. We're going to have an under teen category. So like under 12 years old, we're going to have a teen category, and then we're going to have adults. It is no cost to enter. All you have to do is show up at the stage about 15 minutes early. There's eternal glory, there's prizes, and there's all kinds of fun. You are not going to want to miss it. The best costume contest on the show floor. All right, continuing on. We broke the news last week. We have a game night with Tater. Now with some new graphics here. Emerging stuff is coming out all the time. It's going to be free after the show floor closes on Saturday. You've heard about them. Maybe you've been a part of these games. I can honestly tell you, like any board game that I've played in the last 10 years, probably because Tater showed it to me. He is an expert on fun and all things board games. And guess what? He's going to be hanging out on Saturday after the show floor closes at 5:30, playing a whole bunch of games. It's free. Come hang out, and we're going to get a little bit more details on that soon. Okay, Jennifer Curran. We love her. She's in the chat. She's doing a free meetup on Saturday at 2:00. If you want to learn more about going viral, if you want to learn about trends, if you want to learn about everything that is the decorating industry, here's your expert. She runs like 20 gazillion Facebook groups and Instagram groups and social media feeds, and she has millions and millions of followers. She knows where the direction of things are going. She can help you along, whether you're a home haunter, a decorator, or you just want to know what's coming next. Join her loyal followers on Saturday at 2:00, right in the pit. You can hang out with her, pick her brain, and she'll give you some good advice. We broke this news last week, too. Again, thanks to Rich Bianco, whose birthday is coming up, and Ross from Illumabot and the Illumabot team. We have our interactive floor plan, similar to TransWorld, similar to East Coast. It's beautiful. You can search all through. You can mouse over, and you'll get all kinds of cool information about that vendor. What's great? This is staying up year round. So maybe you're sitting at home in a month and you go, hey, there was a booth next to Zombie Army. I don't remember what that booth was. I think it was a guy with a bald head. And you can look at your map and go, oh, it's got to be Sinister Visions. It's got to be Chad Savage. Oh, there's his contact information. I will reach out. You can use that on everybody that's there. And if you are a vendor, and you click on the map and your information's not updated, make sure you do that so that people can follow up, get you some repeat business throughout the year. Now, Rich wanted me to break. We are at the very end of the road, folks. We have one booth left and 2 tabletops. That's it. And then the entire show is sold out. So if you have one, somebody that's been interested, somebody that's thinking about signing up, making sure that MHC is part of their show, don't delay. Time is really, really running out, but space, it's almost gone. So reach out to Rich at haashow.com, and he'll get you connected. Thanks. That's all our announcements. Now we have a mega show ahead. We 3 confirmed guests, maybe a surprise. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know we're so excited to kick it off. We can't talk MHC without talking to the one, the only, Mr. Michael Chaille from Ghost Ride Productions. Howdy, sir.
Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
Yeah, just getting ready. We're heading out to Monsterpalooza this weekend to see that show.
Nice.
We come back to Idaho, and then we're back on the plane and out to Chicago.
I'm so jazzed. You make MHC so much fun. You guys do so much cool stuff for it this year. I can't wait to unpack all of that. For those that might have been living behind a rock or might have forgotten, give us the quick overview. Who are Ghost Ride Productions? Who is Ghost Ride Productions?
Well, we incorporated in 2000. We make haunted house props and effects for haunted houses and theme parks around the world. But I think, the core of it is if you want your haunt to stand out, ghost ride pieces are what you need to have.
It's
So that's
so
kind of our claim to fame is realism. And, is it going to blink? Is it going to move? Is it fake? Is it real?
It is. It's so much fun. And I have to give you a huge credit too, because you guys are official trophy maker for all things Haunt Olympics and for our thank you presents to all of our haunted attractions. I know it's not your main product line, but you do so well. It is a statement piece every year, and we're so grateful for that. So now I get a chance to tell you live, thank you on behalf of Jen, Rich, and all of us that do anything with the Olympics and with the haunt tours. Thank you for making them so special.
We like doing them. It's kind of a labor of love. We've been doing haunt awards since we first brought them out with Sydney Neal back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was her original idea, and we did them for her show. So we developed them there, and we've been doing them ever since. And they're not cheap, but if you ever go to a trophy store, trophies aren't cheap. So, but we've just increased the detail and kind of personalization on them. So we love doing them because it kind of gets our juices flowing for the creativity for doing it for our clients as well.
It is fun. I've even seen some haunted attractions too that are like, hey, I bought my Actor of the Year awards and their internal awards from you guys. So it's a nice addition to your already fully featured amazing product line.
Well, one of the things that really surprised me is any sort of award is fine. People, they jump over each other for a t-shirt. But what I noticed when we were doing the Sydney Neal events, people were so emotional because they got recognized and they got something that was unique. I think that's the key. And I think that's what everybody's looking for in this business is what makes you stand out, what makes you more unique. And I think that's kind of why all of us do everything. Like when you hear somebody talk about a haunted house, they're like, the detail was incredible. And then they can tell you the thing that they noticed. And I think that's kind of what sets everybody apart from just the regular, little home haunt.
Well said, honestly, because you're right. Trophy makers do make amazing options to pay gratitude to those that are loyal or those that are doing great things. But to have that haunt special custom mold, and again, I know there's some money involved in there, but it just makes it so unique and so it stands out. So very nice.
We love doing them and hope we can keep doing them. So.
Well, okay, speaking of standing out, obviously, rumor has it, I checked it out for myself, some images have been leaked on social media. We figured we had to have you on the show. Let's get to the bottom of this. We got some big stuff coming for MHC, and I want you to rip the Band-Aid off. Tell us about what's coming.
We switched it up this year. So last year, we brought 2,000 pounds worth of product. But I would say that it was about 50-50 split between new product or product that we delivered to people, which we're not doing anymore. And we just basically the whole entire show is going to be product that's either seconds or these are just paint tests. So when we hire people, we have them do paint tests and such. And so as they learn, they burn through a lot of heads. And then we'll just take them, we'll throw some wigs on them and blood and whatever. And for us, it's not a product that we do, or it's not an offering that we have currently in the catalog, but for somebody doing a haunted house, man, look at that, a full size body, heads that are either raw or somewhat painted. You can't get those, without making your own mold.
Can I just point this out real quick? Because you brought up a great point. This is an opportunity to hear to buy some second or some off casts, to buy some product at a discount. Should anybody be concerned about that? Is it less quality?
Well, it's the quality depends on the eye of the beholder. So if there's a rip in the neck, so if you have a rip in the neck, but you're going to sever the head anyway, we couldn't use it.
Exactly.
But somebody else could. And they're not going to pay $280, $290, $300 per head. They're going to buy a $5 wig and they're going to make the severed head and they're going to get it for about $60. And that's the key. It's all the hands and the heads like you see here. Those were just pieces that we cut off of something. We no longer needed it, or it is slightly yellow. And so some of these things, all of our product is snow white when it comes out of the mold. But when they start to yellow or something, or we just kind of threw it off to the side and said, oh, we'll use that later, and then we don't use it, then we just bring it to MHC. So there's a couple of MHC boxes that live at the shop. So we fill them up, all year long.
And 2,000 pounds of these last year. Do we remember how quickly did you sell out? I'm pretty sure your booth was barren by the time I blinked.
Well, it goes kind of, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like people come in really quick and then they kind of kick the tires, they look around and then they come back and then they look around. It's going to be displayed kind of like this image that you have on right now. It's going to be pretty much displayed like that. Grab what you can, put it in a bag. We'll kind of tally it up. There is no set price. We basically have some indications on the piece, like how much it's worth. But the more you buy, the more you save when it comes to this stuff. Some of it's painted, some of it, like the one in the upper right hand corner or upper left hand corner, that's a resin 3D print that we did for something where the head broke off.
Okay.
Well, we can't use it, but maybe somebody else can. So these are all something that you can do build up, whether you get stuff from Smooth On or whether you go to Pale Night and pick up their blood. It's all DIY, do it yourself, and clothes and gore pretty much cover all the sins. So
agreed. And Anthony in the chat just said that. Any rips, just add blood, and Pale Night is a great option for that.
Yeah.
Now, can we focus on that real quick? You actually said something really cool. So this is more like, quote unquote, the supermarket. You're not buying per piece, you're buying by weight.
Yeah, you're buying apples and oranges by the piece.
Sure.
Now something like this was a piece that we had that, we already know everything we have to make for the year. Okay.
Right.
So we can still take some smaller orders, but we're not really taking any other big orders. So this particular piece was something that we weren't going to sell this year. So why keep it around? So we're bringing it to MHC. So that would be an example of a first quality piece. And we were testing out this new finish. You can see some of the white, kind of the patina that's on there. So we're playing around with that to see like, well, how much do we have to add? What do we have to add? When do we add it? So as we figure those things out, MHC gets to have the results of that.
Okay, I love that exclusivity, not only for our group, but Ghost Ride bringing all of this just to us, not anywhere else. You guys have the option to cherry pick and to go through all of this high level stuff at an extreme discount. And you literally could fill up your car or your suitcase, or you know what? I'm sure Michael will help you figure out how to pack a big old truck.
Big bags with big handles. That's what we got.
I love that. Why do you guys, I mean, I know why you guys come, because you have all of this amazing stuff. Why do you love MHC so much? I love seeing you there. I know there's a ton of people in the chat that talk about you being the best. We love to see you, but we love your product. Why do you come to MHC?
We come to MHC because you saw that lineup of haunted houses. That is a powerhouse. If you are a vendor or a DIYer or a haunt enthusiast and you don't come just for those haunts, you're crazy. You're gonna see some of the best, and all you have to do is just emulate what they do, and they're gonna, and, even HellsGate's gonna just pull the curtain back and show you a 4-built property. This is what everybody dreams for. They're gonna let you in there. Come on, you got to go to the show just for that. That's why we go to the show, is because I can knock off 5 haunted houses rather than touring during the season. I can knock off 5 of those houses and check them out all at one time. The other reason is because it's a real good follow-up from East Coast and from TransWorld to see some people. But I think probably the main thing is we have to engage with younger people and the do-it-yourself crowd, because there's so much, the AI and the, have them do this and just buy this from the store. The creativity is lost, and I think this is a great way to engage with people, and give them tips and help, how to do the paint job, what kind of eyes you should use, that kind of stuff. So we like teaching in our booth as well. If somebody has a question, we can point them to the right place. We've been around for 26 years, so we pretty much know several of the vendors. So if you need a helping hand, we can do it. But that's the way we can engage. This piece right here was painted by James. He's brand new in our shop. He loves D&D. He saw this, and I said, all right, kid, do it. And he did it in an hour. And it was a fantastic job. He didn't want me to bring it to the show, but we're bringing it to the show.
We're bringing it.
Yeah, well, he didn't clock out. So, but yeah, I mean, it's he's not really used an airbrush before. He's been with us for a couple of weeks now. But this is where you can just take airbrush material and just take it was a raw piece of yellow foam, and it was that particular head was probably about sitting in the box for 2 years, and he was just able to clean it up, and he did a fantastic job. So
very nice. Nice job, James.
These are all heads that we did that were just yellowed out, and we just did a practice session. Here you got, 3 minutes, do the head. You got 5 minutes, do the head. So that's kind of how we do it. So, and then we do some teaching. We do teaching in the shop because we had 2 new employees. So we were doing some teaching. So we like to go ahead.
Michael, that's a great point. Like haunts can buy these at a severe discount for their crews and their makeup artists to learn, and you're not damaging, major expensive pieces.
Yeah, you can test out. So our foam is a self-skinning foam. So It's very dense on the surface. So if you're doing a water-based color or using Pro Air or EBA or any of those alcohol-based solvents, you can do those and just clean them off. So you can do practice heads with these as well.
Very nice. Very nice. And it's amazing quality stuff. It's just at a huge discount. You guys get to clear out your warehouse, and all of us get to benefit, whether you're a home haunter or a professional home haunter. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to be able to get stuff at a discount, be able to, accent your piece and keep your budget intact.
Yeah. Add a wig. That's it.
That's exactly it. Okay. I know that it's haunted here. I mean, literally, whenever we talk pricing, the show disconnects. So I don't necessarily want any dollar figures or anything like that. We know we're talking discounts, and we talked a little bit about being weight. So it's not per piece, it's per weight. How can people expect to strategize as they're getting ready to come over to this huge platform where you literally have all your stuff on tables?
Well, I mean, the first hour is crazy because people come in and they just start grabbing stuff. We're going to have tables all laid out so that everything's out there. Hopefully we can have everything laid out so that you can see at a glance what's there. But it would depend on, if you kind of know what you're looking for. Like, I need severed heads. Like, here's a video of last year. So this is this year's stats on, where it is and when it is. But this is 2025. So this is kind of our setup. We had basically the same space as we were last year. I think we hijacked a couple of booths off to the side as well. But we just laid everything out, and people would come and pick, and they would go through stuff. But this is some of the stuff that was that we just threw out on the tables and just people grabbed. And so throughout the day on Saturday, it just walks off. And so people want to have something, and then they'll go around and they'll check out stuff, and they're like, oh, well, I think I want this instead. And then they come back and they're able to grab some stuff. But by Sunday, we have some stuff left over, but not a whole lot. If you want something, you got to grab it. And, all the prices are somewhat negotiable. We're not giving anything away because there is still money in the labor and the material.
Oh, sure.
But this is where if you've wanted to get a couple of severed heads and just play around with it without spending a ton of money, this is where to go. Hands are always a big thing too. So there may be a missing finger, there may be an air bubble in a pinky or something. That's about it. So and then there's also the artist proofs. Like, you've seen this one female that's laying out with her chest exposed, and then some of these pigs and things like that. These were all just testing that we did.
I can only imagine the reactions as you've been posting this out there. I'm sure friends, people that have worked with you are like, hey, hook me up, Michael. Are you doing any reservations, or is it truly first come, first serve?
First come, first serve. 9:01, or I think it opens at 9. If you get there, I mean, I've had people that were trying to get into the business, and they would be there at 6 a.m. And I'm like, what are you doing 6 a.m.? But he would come in and he would buy like $1,000 worth of stuff. And now he's a vendor. So this is kind of a gateway for people if they want to learn how to use the product, how to use the materials, how to paint. This is a very cheap and inexpensive way. This is how I got started in the business. 30 years ago, short story, 30 years ago, I was going to do a haunted bar in Orange County, California. And I ended up at Michael Burnett's studio in North Hollywood. And he had a garage sale. And that's what this is. This is a garage sale. I bought a bunch of stuff. I was so stoked. And then I started working for him, shortly after. So I mean, this is how you get used to the product. You level up to a better product, to a better polyfoam. It's, it's not styrofoam heads and all that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And then you got to just get familiar with the product, and you only get familiar with the product by just keep doing it.
Agreed. Practice makes perfect. Agreed.
Yes.
Why? We love our partnership with you for all of these years. We're so grateful for so many reasons. But why do you choose MHC to do this garage sale?
We do 3 different trade shows in the year. That's it.
Mm.
So TransWorld is obviously where we break new product and innovate, and that booth is pretty much pre-sold before we get to the show.
Oh wow.
East Coast is the show it's prosumer. I mean, there's a lot of pros at that show and high-end consumers. Some of the most expensive tickets that we had were from homeowners that just said, I need this product. So that's where you can still bring first quality product, and you can make enough to pay for your booth and plenty after. But the MHC is really the best place to kind of see the newer people that are getting into the business, kind of very inexperienced. They have lots of questions, and we just love doing that, and also to see the haunts. I mean, Chicagoland has a ton of haunts, so that's why we like doing it.
Ah, love this. Love this. If somebody is watching and they're on the fence about going, you've been to MHC for years, why would you say that they need to be there and not miss out on this opportunity?
If they want to do stuff in the haunted house sphere, and they're in the Chicagoland and they're not traveling, this is a local show. This isn't a destination show. So if that's the case, if they want to dabble and maybe have a booth and try something out, this is this is the easiest way to get into the business. Is you can actually play around with high-end quality product. So Ghost Ride product has heads and hands and all that other stuff. You can see how it's made. We'll help you out with what we can do. We can point you towards places and how to paint. But you're not only going to get that experience from us, but you're going to have the high quality product. Okay. So now you can start playing around with that at pennies on the dollar. But I think primarily you're going to be in an environment that if you feel like being a vendor, Jen and Rich are the best people to get you involved in a business. Oh, yeah. It's the very low bar to enter this show. You can get a tabletop, which I wouldn't recommend. I'd say get a booth. And if you have an idea, bring it out there, test it. If it works, test it, go to TransWorld and just go as cheaply as you can. Go to TransWorld, figure out what you did right, figure out a lot what you did wrong, and then you can go. You got a second chance at East Coast. But I mean, if you have an idea and you have a little spark of wanting to start a business, I'd say MHC is probably the best way to at least try out your product and your idea on people that have a like mind.
Like this. All right. A little bird has been telling me some things, and I'm waiting until the end here because the rumor has it that you have a big surprise that you're bringing beyond James's mask, which is a great surprise as it is. But we heard there's another surprise. Anything you might be able to wet our whistle with?
We got a couple of things here. So we started doing like glassware.
Oh,
and I found a lot of this Anchor Hawking glassware. So we got a bunch of these.
Okay.
I hate shipping glass. So this is just like a typical head that we would have, and this is something you could do. And then we found a bunch of these. We usually put these in. Let's see, I got to get the glare off of there. We usually put these into the goblets, the Indiana Jones type goblet. But I just found a couple of these bell jars. We have a bunch of these that we're selling, and then we have several of these heads. All you have to do is just add blood to it. So that's something. And then a long time ago, we did grab a handful the eyes. It was grab a handful of eyes for like $20, and so we have a ton of these eyes. So we're bringing that back because we kind of looked into a box and we're like, what is in that box? And it happened to be, 2.5 gallons of eyes. And I think we even have more than that.
Oh my gosh.
Just it's a whole potpourri. I mean, a paint test. There's a paint test of a thing that we never even fully developed. We got, I don't know, some of these. Somebody casted this without the metal armature in it. So now we're going to be able to sell those. So plenty of stuff.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Oh my gosh. One more rumor that popped up. I hear about a bride piece. Maybe.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite pieces.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah. So this piece is full stand up. We were trying to go from a horizontal autopsy figure. So from like the belly button up, this is one of our standard characters that's laying down. But we wanted to see if we could do it in a standing up position. And so we went to vertical with it and we started playing around with it. We didn't really like the look. It didn't look right. And primarily it didn't look right is because it didn't have clothes on it. So it sat in the shop for, 6 months. We kind of got onto something else. And then we started playing around with it for this show. I said, we should try to bring that to the show. Put the pajamas on it. And then you can't see in this picture, but there's stitching that we put all into her mouth along the underside of the jaw. And then there's a traditional Y cut for the autopsy and all of those details in there. And then Magdalena, who's my lead painter, she threw this wig on it, which was absolutely perfect. And that's like my favorite piece right there. That could be a full 100% product that we could sell now. But we're bringing it to the show because it was an artist proof. So good example.
Oh, great example. You
never know what's going to hit. You never know.
Yes. So really the advice, guys, is there's urgency here on Saturday when those doors open. If you want the best chance to see everything that Michael's carting all the way from Idaho, you got to go to his booth. It's 2718. Get there as soon as possible because there's no reservations. It is going to go first come, first serve.
And it always does.
It does. Now, I see people already sharing your stuff. If anybody's watching, and I know that you have a lot of fans, a lot of people, a lot of love in the chat. How can people help get the word out about this incredible opportunity?
I don't know if they want to. If they want to,
it's sure. Keep it a secret. Throw this away. Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
I mean, so many people I talk to at the trade shows, they want to get into the business and they want to do stuff, but there's this analysis paralysis that goes on where they're waiting for the right moment. They're waiting for the right time. Yeah. There is no right moment. There is no right time. You need to, if you're going to take the step, and a baby step would definitely be MHC. So if somebody's thinking about, getting into this business, they absolutely should take that last booth. 100%.
Yes,
beg Rich and Jen and learn what you can, even if they're, I'll take a tabletop, do whatever, but you're going to get feedback and haunters will let you know whether they like it or whether they don't. And I'm not talking about going to Etsy and just reselling something. If you have something you want to make, it's not going to take off the first time. A lot of our product doesn't take off till the second year or the third year because people realize, oh, I saw that before. Where was it? And then they go back to our website and they see our showcase from 2 years ago and then they buy it. So I think we sell just as much stuff from previous years as we do from from our original year from like our showcase at TransWorld. So it says something about just there's always a need for new product. And if people want to go to the show and just enjoy it, that's great. But if you want to start a business, this is the show to go to.
Oh, couldn't have said it better. Again, getting tons of love in the chat. I know people can't wait to see you. Do you have any recommendations or what do you like to eat when you're in town? A couple of people in the chat are asking, what do you like to do when you're in Chicago?
Isn't Portillo's out there?
It is.
Yeah, that's kind of a guilty pleasure. And then, we really like going across the way because, back in the day when we were at TransWorld, when the HAA show was at Rosemont in March, they never had that area across the way under the parking structure. I don't know what that place is called, but that place is awesome.
Yeah.
You don't need a car. You just go over there and there's plenty of things to do in there.
You just walk across the street. You're so right. There's a tiki bar in there. There's like an Irish pub. There's a bowling alley, concert venue, all kinds of crazy stuff right across the street. So
yeah, it's nice to not have to drive anywhere and all the places are open and ready to go. Oh. That's the beauty of Chicago is like you can drive someplace and find something, but it's all right there, which we never had when we were in TransWorld before.
No, it's so true. Michael, it's such a pleasure. Ghostride.com, booth number 2718. Remember, get there early on Saturday. But anything that you want to share with our audience before we see each other in 9 days?
I know it's a
I know.
very short. No, just come out to the show and have some fun. I mean, pretty much after MHC, it's all business. I mean, it's there's no messing around.
Sure.
A lot of the vendor friends and colleagues that I have, they're nose to the grindstone right now. This is kind of our opportunity to clear out the shop, which is number one, but also to kind of do our last hurrah before we completely destroy our summer with 14-hour days. So
enjoy, take advantage of this. We can't wait to see you. Safe travels. Enjoy LA, and we'll see you in Chicago here in just 9 days.
Thanks, Chris. And I want to say something really quick.
Sure.
Your next guest is developed a huge crew, phenomenal crew. It is worth the price of admission just to go to that show. I won't take your thunder of introducing this gentleman. He's been a friend and a client for all of my years, and I really appreciate the relationship we have with those guys. And John, can't wait to see what you got up your sleeve. So
well, how about we bring him out? Here,
okay.
You can say it directly. Ladies and gentlemen, from Zombie Army Productions, Mr. John LaFlamboy.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Chris, I didn't mean to steal.
Everything in a jar. Everything in a jar. I'll take it.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Chris, but
not it. This is we love the love, and if we get a chance to collaborate and bring our friends together, why not do it?
Well, go ahead, John.
I would just, backing up what Chris was saying about your product, Michael. I'm a super fan of Michael's. Anyone who's ever seen any of my shows knows that. I can just sprinkle all my rooms with props from Michael, and it gets better. But I think even more important than that, I was just talking to a TransWorld about this, Michael, when talking about why you come to these shows. You blew my mind one year in your booth when you're like, hey, I want to show you something. And you brought me over to these new bodies that had this new rigging. And you were like, hey, I saw how you were using bodies at Statesville. So I designed it so it could be picked from the middle of the shoulder blades here and hang into this space like you like to do it. And it was it was such an honor, like for me as a designer, like, oh my God, look at it. He saw what we're doing and he designed something that worked better for us. And that is absolutely, one of the differences between Michael Ghost Ride and so many other prop makers out there is he's out there, he's looking at your show, he's looking at your props, he's thinking of a better way to innovate his props to better serve you and your show. I can't speak highly enough for it. That's why I'm massively addicted to Ghost Ride.
I appreciate it. Let me just I'll sign off at this point, but I want to just say that your show is so incredible. It always blows my mind, and if you don't take advantage of the generosity of HellsGate and actually opening, because this is not a normal thing for them.
Yeah, no.
But to open it up, it kind of smacks of the old days with Sydney Neal, where she would just let everybody in and you could just do everything. This is a 4 haunted house built property. This is what everybody dreams of. And now you get a chance to see it firsthand with everybody there and, lights on. You don't need the actors. Hey, how does this thing run? This is an opportunity that everybody should take advantage of. Absolutely. So I thank you for having that, because we're going to have a blast. We're going to be there, and forget about the booth. We're just going to be there at Hell's Gate, because we got to make all these haunted house runs. But really appreciate it, and couldn't be happier or prouder of our relationship with you guys.
Same. And I get my awards from Michael every year, and they ain't wrong, man. The actors love these awards, and he did custom stuff. So we have special awards for Zombie Army. So thank you, Michael, for everything you do. Very much appreciate it. I can't wait to come in like a robber baron and just steal as much off them tables as I can. You better be quick out there, kids. I'm coming.
Yep. All right. Have a good show, you guys. We'll see you
Pleasure,
later.
Michael. Thank you.
See you, Michael.
John, he's right. He's so right. Let's talk about that for a second.
Audio.
Oh no. Hopefully, maybe. Is it back? Oh no. Robert will fix it. There we go.
Audio's gone.
Audio is gone.
Audio is gone.
He can't hear us. Okay, that's all right. Robert's going to make it work. But Michael's so right. This is an opportunity, and when John gets back, we're going to talk about it. Hell's Gate is part of our pre-Thursday, pre-convention tour. And it's literally going to be wide open. So you're going to get a chance to go behind the scenes, see how things work. He's going to show you. He's not even bringing actors. He doesn't do seasonal shows. He's doing this just for Jenny and Rich and MHC.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, I think so too. Can you hear us?
I went away for a while. It was dark and lonely, and I'm back.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. We're just talking about how you don't open up seasonally. Like, you're literally just open in September, October. You don't open for holidays. So this behind the scenes opportunity is very rare, very, very special. Nobody comes out in the October season and gets a chance to see this. You're doing it just for Jen and Rich and TransWorld.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it for Jen and Rich and TransWorld because of all the times other haunted houses have done it for us. So, like, yes, I'm doing it for Jen and Rich and TransWorld. Yes. And if anyone works with Jen, you know, when you see like her name come up on your caller ID, you're like, okay, oh boy, we don't know what it is yet. We don't know what the project is, but we're in. She has a way. She has a way of telling you exactly what you're going to do. I love you, Jen. I know you're out there.
She is.
But as much as I'm doing it for Jen and Rich, because I absolutely love them and I absolutely love the show and I love what the show has done for us, you know, for Zombie Army, for HellsGate, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have what we have right now if it wasn't for all the hard work they do at TransWorld. But also, you know, part and parcel with all these other haunted houses that have opened up. You know, I've been in this business for a very long time now. And Michael said it, man, when Sydney Neal opened her doors, and I can tell you, I wasn't just doing the backstage tour. I climbed underneath the carousel. Once she told me I could go anywhere, I did.
Like, okay.
And I took pictures of all of it. I was climbing under things. I was having so much fun. And it's that inspiration and that pure joy that comes with like being a kid walking around someone else's haunted house and exploring it like that. And so I do it, you know, I do it for, you know, for that kind of answer to the industry. You know, others did it for us. It's why we do it as well. Now, we don't do it a lot. All that being said, we just don't do it a lot. It's just, it's too much work. This place is always just batshit crazy around here. We're always building. We're always developing. I'm always coming up with something. And because of that, we usually don't have time to say, you know, I don't think a lot of people understand how much time it takes everyone. You know, I mean, look at what they're doing. It's what are the full shows? It's Basement of the Dead is a full show. Jason Seneker's doing a full show, right?
He is.
And Ryan B's doing a full show at Massacre. Like, I don't think people truly appreciate how much these people are going out of the way to make this happen, right? Because it's not like any owners making profits, right?
Right.
We're not making profits doing
It's not for that.
The amount of work that goes into opening for these shows during the summer, and especially those two owners opening with full actors, it is a lot. We did it, you know, a couple years ago. We had the greatest time doing it. But I have kind of a rule, you know, I only do it like every 5 years. And so yes, to do the lights on one still takes a lot of prep time. Still got to clean up a little bit here.
Oh, for sure.
But all of that is worth it, you know, because so many other owners and so many other haunt producers have brought us in over the, you know, couple decades plus we've been doing this gig. So, you know, we like to pay that forward.
It's such a nice way to give back. Agreed. Because there's a lot of kids, a lot of people that look up to you guys. You guys have been doing this for 30 plus years, and you've learned a lot of those lessons. And some of our fledglings, some of our folks that are just in their first 5 years of their haunt career are looking to you guys to say, hey, how did you do it? So I can figure out how to do it, you know, my own way.
More importantly, ask what I failed at. You know, if you got young haunters out there, you could ask me what I succeeded at all day, and you're not going to learn anything. It's all the failure, kids. If you're watching out there and you want to be a haunt owner, if you want to be any kind of owner, it's about the failures, man. Learn to embrace them, learn to love them, learn to celebrate them. Because see, it truly is the thing we learn the most from.
You had given me guidance a long time about something else that we were working on, and that guidance came in the same format, and it sticks with me to this day. Fail forward.
Yeah, Absolutely. Like, there's no shame in failure, man.
Not at all.
If you're not failing, you ain't trying hard enough.
It's true. Now, people are going crazy. Obviously, they're going to get a chance to see some look in here, but I'm being asked to ask, how are things coming along for your build for the 2026 season?
Wow. What a question. What a loaded question that is.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming great, right? Because it's moving forward. You know, and as long as the project is moving forward, I'm usually feeling pretty good about it. And we have two big things happening, right? We have our HellsGate 2026 build, and then we're building an entire haunted house for a client somewhere else. I just realized this camera is like on a fish lens. This feels very 3D.
It's very cool.
Great. Why am I on a fish lens? You guys are weird over there. Anyway, what I mean to say though is we got a lot going on now. The room build, we're bringing in some other experts because I am attempting to do something very complicated and something that I've never tried to do before. And frankly, I don't know how to do most of it. But that hasn't slowed me down. I've very much reached out there for people that are smarter than me and have more education than I do to help me figure these things out, so I don't, kill anybody. It's a good rule. So the build part of the haunted house, it's coming along great because we're doing these bold new things we've never done. We're trying techniques we've never tried before. We're using machinery that we've never used. Like, we got a 3D printer, a real big ass one, and a CNC machine. And these things are firing all day long. Like, it's just the building's buzzing because we're just knocking out material, trying to create this room in a different way than we've ever done before. I mean, I had to bring in engineers to convince, other people that this is all going to work. It's not just crazy. I mean, it's a lot crazy, but it's not just crazy. It's also very thought out mathematics. Yeah.
As a showman, as a producer, as a showrunner, I love that you never stop working. I think your audience is the first people to call you out when you're just phoning it in. What advice would you give to any haunter that's out there and says, hey, listen, I worked really hard on this product. I'm going to let it sit for a couple of years. Why should they continually think about progressing their show every year?
Because a haunted house is live entertainment.
Yep.
It's not a movie. It's not finished. It's this living art project. And if you want to do this is my haunted house and I'm going to sell tickets, that's great. But now you're trying to find a new audience every year. Part of, I believe why we're so successful, is because we are the total package. We're the owners, we're the actors, we're the producers, we're the marketers, we're the builders, the designers, like, from pencil sketch to closing the doors at the end of the year, we're part of the whole project, right? And so for us, it's been baked into our kind of culture from the beginning that we have to do over 20% new every year. And usually, you know me, I like to tear down rooms, even if they work.
Yes.
I like to kill my babies after they've succeeded, they've done well, and people learn to love them. They can kill them in their sleep, and design something new. Because that's the fun part too. Like, as a designer and as an owner, it's about that new idea. It's about creating that thing that no one's ever seen. It's about being that person that pushes the line, maybe, or shows your audience something that no one else has tried before, because maybe that was stupid, or maybe that was brilliant. I don't know, until the show. But that's important for me, is to keep, as designers and builders, keep pushing that line, keep trying to find something new, keep challenging yourself to keep maturing and growing as an artist.
Sure.
And the fruits of that labor is return business. The fruits of that labor is the audience coming back next year.
Oh, yeah.
And the year after that, and the year after that, because they know that you're always working to give them something. You are earning that ticket fee that they give you.
Yeah. Understood. I couldn't agree more. And we talk about this on the show here with different haunters from around the country that are in different places in their career. And I want to ask your feedback as well. How is it when you do have to rip out a room that you were so passionate, you can remember that creative process, you remember where you came up with the idea, and then now it's time to move on. Is there a little bit of pain? Like, darn, I don't want to see that room go away, but I am excited for the future.
There's always something. Yeah. Sure. I mean, every room, especially if you're attached to it, right? You've got an emotional attachment to your creation, right? I've seen some of my creations get killed in really disastrous ways. So, and no less when it's by my own hand. Of course. So, there's that little bit of nostalgia. Sure. Me as a designer, I'm a grand repurposer. Oh, yeah. That comes from my theater roots. Everything has a repurpose plan. Like nothing's going to that dumpster. It's all about finding new ways to use those materials. And that in itself is sometimes very exciting to me. Like I've got this design I'm working on right now that involves all of the clowns from Statesville Haunted Prison. I never sold them because I had an idea all those years ago. I was going to do something with this, right? So I have kept them this entire time so that I can repurpose them. And it kind of brings that nostalgia back to a new design. And it lets that keep living, if that answers your question.
Oh, that is some juicy info there. That's a nice little hint for those of us that have been following the Zombie Army for years and years and years. That is awesome. Oh, speaking of years and years and years, you guys did an amazing thing. You guys debuted it at TransWorld 2 years ago. Your movie that you've worked on for 10 plus years, The Fright Stuff. Yeah. I have so much to talk to you about because I know you guys have been taking it around to different festivals. How's that been going? How's the reception from the non-haunting community?
It's fun because it's like we're going to a lot of those festivals out there. They see that this is a documentary about haunted houses in America, right? And so everyone's like, oh, that's a horror festival then. But then you go to a horror festival and you're the only documentary there. So it's been interesting. Hey, look at that weirdo. Yeah. That's how it's been going, Chris, right there.
I love that.
I was just in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes.
For the Crimson Screen Horror Film Festival, which is a fantastic festival. Like I'm blown away by how great they are there. The festival runner Tommy is incredible. Everyone there like has a story about it being the first festival their movie was at, or they worked on another movie, and it's really just this amazing festival in South Carolina. And so I had the privilege of being there the entire 4 days. I watched movies all day and all night, met the filmmakers, hung out. And I went to the awards ceremony to cheer them on because I saw their movies and I liked them so much. I never thought a documentary had a chance. And we won Best Feature, First Runner-Up, which was a huge, huge achievement. Look at that. We got Mr. Morris in that picture there.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Mr. Meyer, Mr. Morris, and that clown.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a great time. There. And so that's been the thing. Festivals, showing it to people. It seems like anyone that sees the movie loves it.
Yes.
And that's just it's a very rewarding process to have worked on something that long. And really Mike Meyer and Chris Sato are the ones that truly did the majority of the heavy lifting here. And we're going to go to Fright Fest in London in the end of August.
Okay.
And this will be the conclusion of our festival run. Okay. And then it'll be out there on streaming and stuff like that. But that'll be all distribution at that point. And then I'll be able to do a whole other show with you and tell everyone where they can find it.
Well, you just answered one of my questions and a question from a lot of people in the audience. When can they buy their copy or watch it at home? And the answer is soon.
Yeah, soon. As soon as we're done with the festival run. It's thank you, Gretchen. As soon as we're done with the festival run, I'll be able to announce when this is for sale.
Okay, small diversion because we have a lot of other stuff to talk about, but we also know that you're a classically trained actor. We love seeing you live on stage. Jenny and I even came to a previous show that you had been on.
Yeah.
I know that you just wrapped on Sugar Wife. How was that?
That was incredible. I mean, that was the U.S. premiere
Yeah.
of this amazing Irish show. I couldn't have had a better experience as an actor. I mean, it was with the Artistic Home,
Yes.
which I'm an ensemble member at the Artistic Home. It was all ensemble cast, ensemble director, ensemble technicians for the most part. It was really a great experience. The writer flew in from Great Britain to be part of the process, be part of the Q&As with the audience afterwards. It was some really, heavy hitting, deep material, and the most I've had to work as an actor in, I don't know, 20 years, which is to me the best part.
Yes.
The work is the best part, and it was difficult work, and I was so grateful to have that opportunity to do that work and do that with those people. So it finished its run in Chicago. It was highly recommended by the reviewers. The audiences loved it.
Yeah.
See how the awards go.
I highly recommend if anyone has some time. It's a great off-season thing because John is a phenomenal actor. Are there any summer 2026 shows with Artistic Home or that we can look forward to?
We do the Summer on the Patio.
Okay.
I do not believe I'll be doing that because I'll be getting ready for the shows here. But we do Summer on the Patio at the Artistic Home. Check that out. It's a great experience on the back patio. It's more like, going to a little summer party and there happens to be a play happening in the middle of the living room. It's really fun. I would say keep a lookout at the artistichome.org for the Summer on the Patio series.
Love that. Well, nobody can host an event like you. We're leading up to obviously the costume ball on Saturday night. You're going to be emceeing again, a staple for this event. Super excited. It's our huge costume ball with even bigger cash prizes, all kinds of dancing, crazy DJs. I mean, it's insane. What does that look like from the stage side, from your perspective?
I mean, the whole party is just madness, like in all the greatest ways. It truly is. That was my favorite last year.
The geese.
This is it, guys. I have the greatest goddamn time just hanging out with all these amazingly creative weirdos. It is just beautiful, dude. It was 2 years ago. Love those people.
Yes.
No, God, they even let me wear the Gap glasses. Oh, they're sweethearts. And this is it. Like, this is the party.
Yeah.
It's all of us getting to come together and, get our weird on and dance and show off our costumes and our ideas and our creativeness. And for me, with the party, it's easy. I just go up there and talk to my friends who are down there on the floor. That's easy. Hi, Brad. And the fun part though is the costume contest.
Absolutely.
For me, it's all about the costume contest. It's about bringing them up on stage. It's about talking to them. You never know what you're gonna get. And to me, that's the fun and the liveliness. It's like cruising all night, looking at all the different costumes, taking photos of people. But that opportunity where you really get to bring people on stage and really highlight the work that they did, because they do such amazing work. It blows me away every year. The amount of creativity out there. I'm in love. I love being there. It's a lot of fun. I wish they had better tequila at the bar.
People spend months on their costumes. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. This year we're going to have 3 categories: best costume, scariest costume, and best group or couple costume, which I'm sure Steve Christoff and company are definitely going to come for. So always bring that out there. So, and there's bigger cash prizes, guys. So huge thing like that. John, I know you've been going to MHC for years. When it was back in Ohio, certainly the reason that it came here, one of the biggest reasons. Why do you love coming to MHC? Why is it essential as part of your haunt year?
I mean, here's the thing. I go to TransWorld, and everyone knows that's the show. Yeah. Especially if you're in my situation, right? Like, I'm designing for my attraction and for other clients, but I go to TransWorld to work.
Yeah.
You know, and TransWorld is an every minute of every day job for me. And so if if you see me at TransWorld, it's usually like as I'm passing, because I have to get somewhere. And I love that about TransWorld. That works for me a lot. I need it. Midwest Haunters, to me, it's about the culture. You know, it's about the people. It's about celebrating why we're all here.
Yeah.
You know, it's about having that time to get to talk to people and engage with them and hear stories and trade stories and maybe stay at the bar too late, talking to folks. To me, that's what TransWorld's all about. It's the community of haunted houses, kind of all in one show. You know, it's the actors, it's the prop makers, it's the storytellers, it's the home haunters. You know, it's some of us owners mixed in there. You know, but it's all of us, and it's for all of us. Whereas I think, you know, the bigger show is mainly for bigger buyers, which it should be. You know, like I'm not knocking it.
Sure.
But that's what I love about MHC. You know, I get to spend time with Greta. That's Greta under that mask. And this is one of like the longer conversations I had with that kid before Greta came over and signed up to work with us, and is now one of my favorite actors here at HellsGate. You know, and it's those moments that I get to have with people that I don't normally get to have that at the bigger show. You know, it's too busy. Too much is happening. But Midwest Haunters, man, it's about the community. It's about the culture. And I get to buy lots of little shit. I don't look at little things at TransWorld because I got to buy the big things. So I go nuts buying everything, all the little shit. I fill 5-gallon buckets and run down the aisle.
Just run it down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, love that. People are loving on your show. Obviously, they always do. You're an inspiration to a ton. One of the questions that we're getting, maybe too early, do we know maybe some of the characters from Hell's Gate that'll be maybe taking photos and be at the Hell's Gate booth right there on the MHC floor in the Haunted House Chicago Row pit?
I'm not going to go through my emails right now. I should know this answer off the top of my head, but you did just say I did just close the show. And I know Carly has organized this very well. Carly plays the character of Ghoulie, and Ghoulie will be there. And I'm sure Sharky will be there. Mother will be there.
Nice. It's a good.
People are gonna get mad at me. People are gonna get mad at me now, Chris. I don't remember everyone that took a shift. But I will tell you, we have 2 of our icons in our booths at all times throughout the weekend.
Okay.
So if you stop by at any time, there will be an icon in the Days of Living Dead booth. There will be an icon in the Hell's Gate booth at every point of the show. Because to us, this is what it's about. You know, this is about getting to engage with people you don't normally get to engage with. And our main characters at Hell's Gate have a devoted following. You know, Fluffy has an incredible following.
Oh my gosh. It's insane.
But at the show, everything's like a drive-by. Everything moves so damn fast, you know, especially when the machine is cranking. But at Midwest Haunters, you know, at the Haunted House Chicago pit, that's where you get to engage with these other characters, other actors, designers. That's where you get to, if you are a fan of haunted houses, and I am. So I like going across to the other haunted house booths and talking to them, because I don't get to see them either in October.
No.
So I like engaging with them and talking with them and learning about what's going on there. It's the beauty of that whole area, that Haunted House Chicago pit. We call it Haunted House Chicago Row. And I think I nicknamed it the Pit years ago, and that seems to have stuck with the vernacular. But it is the Haunted House Chicago Row, and it's a pit.
Yes, it's both.
But that's the best part, you know. And honestly, it's a lot of what you do, Chris. It's a lot of what you're doing as Haunted House Chicago, of getting all these haunted houses there, getting all of us to engage with each other, with other attendees, with playing these ridiculous games on stage and around the stage. I mean, this is Haunted House Chicago. This is what you and your team does so well, is this person-to-person engagement. It's not just online; it's in real life.
Yeah, it is.
And part of what I love about Midwest Haunters convention is what Haunted House Chicago does there. What you and your team do on that stage in Haunted House Chicago Row. This is exciting, and I can't say, God damn it, I can't wait to see what Steve Christoph does.
Same.
God damn it, I can't wait to see what Steve Christoph does. Like, it makes me so happy inside.
We were talking about just that level. First, thank you for all the kind love. We appreciate that. And it's wonderful to be able to get everybody together, strengthen our community, and bring these people getting a chance to see each other and talk. They don't normally get a chance to. And that comes where Steve Christophs comes in. And obviously, for those that know, for years, Steve has always had some of these creative, off the wall, crazy booth ideas.
Steve Christoph is the Andy Kaufman of the haunt.
100%.
100%.
And last year, he put up an entirely fake booth overnight that the audience, that like the crowd, the public never even got a chance to see. He did it just to
the other booth people.
Right, just to fool the other haunts. He had one set up, and we were all going home like, oh, man, this is what Steve's going with. And then he rips all that down like 5 minutes before the doors open.
Yeah. Just for that, I'd go to Midwest Haunters just to see what he's doing.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but that, to me, I mean, that's it, though. I mean, and I think that's the great thing about Midwest Haunters. I think this is where we truly develop this idea of the community has its own area on the floor. That was one of the things I was very excited about in the development of the show is creating that space. And I think that's really worked. I think it is the heartbeat of the entire weekend. And no small part because of all the work that you and your team do there. So thank you for that.
It's a pleasure. And thank you. Zombie Army Productions, HellsGate.com, DaysOfTheLivingDead.com. You guys have a whole section of the pit of the Haunted House Chicago Row pit that is booth 255555555, 2557 and 2561. Go see them. Go hang out. But I need your help before we conclude tonight.
Yeah.
Jen and Rich want to give away 2 tickets to the ball just because you're emceeing. And we want to hook a fan up, somebody who's watching tonight who wants to be able to go for free, 2 people. But we need help deciding that. We can't randomize it. So I'm wondering, I didn't get a chance to talk to you before show, but this should be super easy.
Okay.
Do you have a fun trivia question? Doesn't have to be anything personal. Could be something fun, but not super, super hard that maybe we can ask our folks. And for our folks, if you want to answer this question and you type MHC and the answer to John's question, we're going to watch the chat, and the first person that gets it is going to get 2 tickets.
Okay, so a trivia question that is Zombie Army or Hell's Gate related.
That's perfect.
Okay. This would be a softball for anyone who pays attention to the lore.
We love those.
but you need softballs here, right?
We do.
Cool.
We do.
So Hell's Gate itself has a cemetery called Lost Soul Cemetery, and the mansion has an actual name. What is the mansion's name? What is the name of the house?
Good question. Tater's in the chat. Is he eligible? I'm going to say no.
I thought he was banned from this party. Why would we give him free tickets? The judge gave him a cease and desist.
Because the answer is not Jimbo's House of Gumbo, my friend. Oh, that's a good question. Malort Manor. Also, Tom, love the creativity.
I hate Malort, but I like that answer.
There we go. Brad, I owe you an email, but I'm sorry. Germ LE beat you out there. Moorstone Manor. Congratulations there. That's awesome. Wow. John, that's great.
Nice win. Nice to give away other people's money. Let's give more of Jen and Rich's money away. This is an all-inclusive bed and breakfast weekend at Jen and Rich's new home.
Oh, and I'm hearing the show has to close early today.
Jen will cook all your meals meals, and Rich will train you in pickleball. He's very good. He's very good, actually. He's very good.
It's such a pleasure, my friend. I know on behalf of Jen and Rich and all of us, thank you for all you do. Anything you want to share before we see each other in literally 9 days?
No, I mean, I'm excited you guys are coming. I always am. If you know me, you know I look at my haunted houses like tree houses or clubhouses. Yeah. I'm always excited to show people what we're doing. For those of you that are coming, I'm going to have like 30 Zombie Army members stationed throughout the entire walkthrough. So there is always someone there to answer questions. Come with questions. The reason we do this Lights On tour is to share. We are not hiding anything here. Please come with questions. Take time, ask questions. It's what we like to do the most, is engage and kind of share with people. It's why we open the doors. It's why we turn on the lights. It's all going to be regular house lights on so you can see everything. But please take advantage of all those people going around. I mean, they're sharing. We're here to share. That's what this day is all about.
Amen.
We're going to do, I know Jen and Rich they're ordering food, and we're going to let you guys all kind of set up over at our adventure park, which is kind of lovely outdoors in the forest. And then a nice little lovely walk. You don't have to walk. We got shuttles to get here. But we really want to kind of take advantage of taking that time to share, to talk. Anything I can do for anybody while they're here. That's why we're here for this. So please don't be shy. You want to know where something is? Ask. If you're trying to figure out why you haven't seen a compressor yet, ask where it is and we'll show you. That's what we want to do here. This day is all about sharing. I'm excited to do it. I'm really excited to have you guys here.
Well, I want to highlight real quick. Caitlin Hodges just said sharing the knowledge and teaching is the best part of the industry. And you guys are the exact opposite of whatever gatekeeping is. You guys are that exact opposite. You're trying to encourage and trying to build people up. You're willing to open up in the middle of the daylight, in the middle of the summer.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's, I mean, we have this really special, amazing kind of industry thing here, right? With amazing, talented people from all over the country and now the world. And we're all trying to do the same thing, man. We're all trying to put on a great show.
Amen.
And if I could be a tiniest of smallest parts helping someone put on a great show somewhere, what a great privilege and honor to get to do that. So I'm thrilled to be part of it. So thank you guys.
It's an honor. Thank you for everything you do. We can't wait to see you guys. If you want to be a part of this, there's only one way to do it. MidwestHauntersConvention.com. Be a part of the pre-show tour on Thursday. Be a part of the haunt tour on Friday night. Be a part of the trade show floor. Be a part of the costume ball. Tickets are available. And if you buy them before May 29th, we're going to give you a little bit of a discount and save you on the early bird. So make sure you don't miss out on this chance to party with the Zombie Army and John LaFlamboy. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, guys. See you at the show.
Appreciate you. Oh my gosh, guys, this is awesome. We're only halfway done. I really want to let you know that. Like, we really are only halfway done. Thanks for all the great comments. I'm sorry we're not getting to everybody because we're already over an hour here and we've got so much more to go. You guys have been following us. You know that there's breaking news. You know that there's big stuff in there. This wasn't even advertised. We just got this just a few minutes after we went live. I'm very excited, and he has some huge news to talk about. You know him. You love him. He's from our premier show sponsor, Froggy's Fog. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Tater Lind.
Hi, Chris.
What's up, buddy?
I'm so glad you got rid of that hack that was on before me. He is devious.
Brutal.
Devious. I just got off a cruise ship, and now I have to look at him. Ugh.
Oh, brutal. I didn't expect to have you on tonight. I'm so excited. How was TaterCon, by the way?
TaterCon was amazing, and I am sorry that I've broken into you guys'
No.
We've got breaking news. We figured this out. So
I'm jacked because Jen is so excited about this, and truly, the last couple of shows since we knew this game night thing was going to happen, I've been telling the audience, call me out if I'm wrong. Like, I think every board game that I have shown to my non-haunt friends over the last 10 years, I've learned from you.
We're going to try to get the best of the best. So I've sent Jen a list of games that I think is going to be appropriate for the larger areas. a larger amount of people. And we always have backups. If you want to do a quiet game off to the side, we've got that prepared as well. So we have all sorts of good things coming. So that's the game night. That's Saturday night at 5:30.
Yep.
Jen told me today that there will be food and drinks. So make sure you can grab a slice of pizza. You can grab a beer
nice.
there. Just don't slop your greasy fingers on my games.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it is what it is. If it happens, I don't care, but I can always buy more. And
No.
from the cabinet over here that's off to my left-hand side that you guys can't see, it is 5:30 to 7:30. It is before the ball.
Yeah.
There's dedicated changing rooms so you can sneak out, change into your costume, come back and roll the dice or do some charades or whatever game that we're playing at that time. We're gonna figure it out. Also, at the hands-on learning lab, we're teaching a class there.
Okay.
But the big breaking news, Chris,
Okay.
and this is one that I'm not happy or excited about at all.
Okay.
It has taught me a lot of things. So help me here.
I got you.
There's things that Froggy signs, and they come with the territory.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
And this is a thing that Froggy signed, and I was not clued into it until just literally about 3 minutes before we went on the air.
Okay. So this is truly breaking news here, guys.
What has happened is the sneaky little guy that was in front of me, John LaFlamboy, wrote into our contract
I like
that
John.
anytime that I'm in Chicago, I must appear in a Froggy's frog costume for 30 minutes.
I think that's genius. Okay.
It
All
is
right.
for you, but when you're trying to make sales and you're in a head to toe onesie with a frog head, may not be the first thing.
I feel like that would be a draw for some people.
So for 30 minutes Saturday from 1:30 to 2, that's your chance to take your photos, get your meet and greet with Tater in the Froggy's Frog costume.
Will this be?
Thanks, Zombie Army.
Will this be just the head apparel or the full costume?
No, this is the full costume.
Oh, gotcha.
This is the full costume. Full on, because John put it in his contract.
Wow.
So
okay, wait. So we're getting questions from the audience already. So they're saying maybe your existing customers, if they want to augment their deals to include a rider like this for their own edification, can they do that?
no. This is a one and done. Signed it with Zombie Army. They gave me a check, or they gave Froggies a check, and now poor Kate and Nate and had to tell me, like, oh, by the way, Saturday, since you're in Chicago, technically you have to be in the frog costume where Zombie Army checks bounce, and they take that check away. So, and I don't want that to happen.
I think John's watching and he's got to be laughing right now.
Oh, he's chuckled all the way to the bank and back that he couldn't believe that we signed that deal. And maybe I have to talk to the higher ups about restructuring my deal. So I don't have to do this anymore next year. But yes.
Okay.
Saturday, 1:30 to 2.
All right. At the Froggies booth. Right when you walk in the door, booth 2817.
I will be in the frog costume.
Okay. This is awesome. This is a weekend of Tater. Obviously, you're going to be on the buses. You're hanging out with us.
I'm on bus 2. I'm on.
Yep.
I'm on. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So I'm bus 2. I'm game night. I'm boothing. I'm learning labbing. And I'm in the frog costume. Saturday night costume boat 2.
Now, real quick, we do have some feedback from the audience, including one Mr. John LaFlamboy that says, "Zip it, Frog Boy, and put the costume on. It's time to sell."
Yeah. So that's really nice of him. So super nice.
Now, Sean Fuchs asks, if someone were to ask nicely if you would dance, would you oblige?
I don't know how to do the frog dance. I don't know what that is, but you guys don't understand. I live on an apple orchard and I'm super white. I can't dance. When I dance, people get hurt. My legs are like swords. My arms are like knives. The dance floor gets chopped in half and it's not a good thing.
Okay. We got one more question. On Saturday night for the costume ball. After you're done with game night, rumor has it that you might dress up there. Are we going frog? Are we going granny?
There's just that little blurb on there that says, all the potato on that blurb says is, will Tater be back in costume?
Yeah. Can you give us a hint?
We don't know. Maybe the frog costume will be back on. We're not 100% sure.
Well, Caitlin Hodges 100% said this is worth it to see. So
yeah, Caitlin Hodges is also the one that ordered the frog suit. So I don't know what it is. So I can't wait to see it either.
So folks, if you want to hang out with Tater, be on the buses on Thursday and on Friday. Obviously go see them at the Froggy's Fog booth 2817. Be a part of game night, be a part of the costume ball, be a part of his learning lab on Sunday where he talks about atmospheric effects. But really, mark your calendar for 1:30 on Saturday to see the best thing of your life.
The worst thing in mine.
Tater, this is such a pleasure. What are you looking forward to MHC before we got to move on? But I'm so grateful. Thanks for breaking this here.
It's always fun. It's always fun to teach people new games. It's never maddening, especially when they're talking over the rules and they don't understand. But the Saturday night game night, we've had it at TransWorld secretly. Sure. We've had it at East Coast secretly. Absolutely. Where we can get smaller groups of people in together. And Jen said, let's do this. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to try it. If it's a colossal fail, it's on me, guys. It's on me. Because I picked the wrong games to try. But we'll improve. So
love it.
I will look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing all my friends.
Oh, we can't wait to see you. Thanks for doing this. Can't wait to see you in Chicago in less than 9 days. FroggiesFog.com. Thanks, Tater, for everything. And of course, thanks to Kate and Nate and the entire team at Froggy's Fog for all that you guys do. But thanks for sharing this with us.
Good night, Chris.
Good night, buddy.
Apparently got to do some trash. So
good night, buddy. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Wow. That really was breaking news. I'm so excited. Thanks, Tater, for joining us for a few minutes there. I know we're going to get a chance to talk with him a lot more, but wait, Sean Fenner, that's right. We still have more. We always value our cleanup guest the most because they have to wait in the green room. They get to hang out. They're part of the chat. They're hanging out. They're having fun, but they do get to wait. And especially when we have a mega show like we do tonight, that wait is a little bit more. So I want to give him extra accolades because he's been waiting. He's been hanging. And TransWorld Live, help us in welcoming from ScreamFest Studios, Mr. Chris Strahan.
Hey,
what's going on? And Mrs. Strahan, welcome back from teaching.
Oh, thanks.
You know what? I figured if we let the show go for like 3 or 4 hours, I didn't know our time situation. So,
yeah, we were headed to bed, and you know.
No, thank you both, honestly, for hanging out. Truly, from the bottom of our hearts, both Robert and I try to make this as quick. But when you have a mega show like this with so much to talk about, thanks, guys, for batting cleanup tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you guys been? How's everything? How was your TransWorld? What's life like right now?
Well, TransWorld was a good visit for us. Of course, we weren't vending there. We were actually just attending.
We just got to see you. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Doing our homework and prepped and did obviously really well at East Coast Hunters Conventions. That was a great show. And so it's been just nonstop in the shop prepping. What we make is as fun as it is. It takes a lot of time to generate all this product. And so if we're not eating, sleeping, or actually working at our real jobs, we'll be in the shop. So we're just putting it out to the grindstone here now.
Let's talk about this because we are so grateful. Your artistic abilities are insane. You guys do everything that is custom handcrafted tombstones, Halloween props. You guys are crazy. Talk us through your line. What do you guys got? What are you bringing to MHC?
Sure, absolutely. Well, much like when you talk to some of the haunted attractions who like to change things up every year, that is a lot of what we do. We want to bring unique items so that if you see a particular item that we've made at one haunt, you're not going to see it at another. The only time that might be changing is if we do a I'll say like a movie prop tombstone, like a Judith Myers or something of that nature. Yeah, of course, it's a replica. You're going to see it. So even as an example, even the Jason Voorhees tribute you're showing there on the screen now, we've got a bunch of different flavors of that, so that you'll never see the same thing, no matter where you go. And so that is truly one of the specialties that we do, and also create custom work. That's another big item that we have. So those clients that really want the unique piece, the Victorian style with the moss on the right-hand side because the sun's over here, and we can do it all.
Love this. And this is perfect because people are always looking for that customized accent to make their place feel unique. And you guys give them that ability, but also at a perfect price point. Now, I know, let's not talk price because it gets weird on the show. Like our show gets haunted when you actually give a dollar figure. But what's cool is you guys make high-end tombstones, custom, but on a budget price, so that even home haunters or somebody that just wants to decorate the yard can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're not cheap. I mean, obviously everyone knows inflation has gone the way it has in the whole 9 yards. So, but yeah, having the home haunter background, I was always very budget conscious, and, you got to spend your dollars wisely. And so, we kind of pride ourselves on making the Cadillac of tombstones, for lack of a better term. Yeah. And so we try and make that still be affordable for people. We get that avenue. We're not here to gouge anybody. That's just not our philosophy. So, and I will say this, the items that you're showing now, as you're scrolling through the screen on some of these unique tombstones, those are actual items we're going to be bringing to MHC for sale.
Love this.
Yeah. So if you see something you kind of like and go, hey, that was pretty cool, you'll have that opportunity to buy it at the show. So that'll be great.
Oh, this is wonderful. See, we're getting a firsthand look at this. Now, I know you guys are from North Carolina, and I know you're not, you get a little bit of winter. The big question that we always get is, how does your product stand up to maybe a Midwest winter, or even a little bit further north of Chicago?
Sure, absolutely. And that's a very solid point. Even here in North Carolina, one of the things that really was a prequel for us getting into this business is when we decorated and we had a cemetery, much like just about everybody else does, would be, okay, great. Here comes the rain. Let's drag everything in. Here comes the wind, set it back out, find out what got damaged, and rebuild. And that just gets old. So that drove us to go, how can we design a product that we can just set it out, leave it out there all season. We don't care. Rain, snow, wind, doesn't matter. Let it rip. And so that's part of the whole, Cadillac terminology again.
Sure.
The tombstones is that we have the rugged, realistic, weather-ready tombstones you can leave outdoors and just let it be. You don't have to stress about it. Don't have to worry about it. And so they're prepped for all weather.
Oh, it's brilliant. And I love it. Robert's showing these amazing pictures. Obviously, your catalog is crazy. ScreamFeststudios.com. Go look for yourself once we're off the show, of course. But I love that you have all of these different styles and forms. And one of the big things that everyone always asks is, yes, we love like that Judith Myers, but what if I wanted to customize that specific style to maybe the owner of my haunted house's name, or we wanted to give it away as a fun thing, or maybe have some of our icon characters show up? How do you handle those custom orders and that whole process?
You bet. We actually do take the custom orders, and that is one of our, I think, unique abilities, is that we can take a handcrafted item like this and go, great, hey, we want to take that big giant cross you've got there, and we can actually go, oh, great, we can put a name down the center of it if you wanted to. That's just something that we can design and make, and so it gives us some real flexibility, and not just things we don't press these things out. I mean, again, they're just all hand created, so we can do those types of things, and people can reach out to us either through our website. We've got a way you can just email us directly. A lot of people will send photos and say, hey, look, I like this style, but I want to do it this way or this, that. And so, excuse me. The custom ability is just whatever someone can imagine.
Love this. We do have a question from the audience. How And I know everything's a little bit different sizes, but how
Right.
much do each one of them weigh? Because they look like they're real concrete, real stone. So I can't imagine they weigh that much, but how heavy are they?
That's a very good question. Of course, it varies upon the size of the piece,
Sure.
just like you mentioned. Certainly, you're looking at anywhere between 20 to 50 pounds, just depending upon the size of it, for sure.
Okay.
The big giant mega cross that you had shown, now that one obviously a completely different animal because it has a weighted base and steel infrastructure inside. So that's a different animal. You get a little Jason Voorhees tombstone that you see there, which is about, let me say, it was about 30 inches tall or so. That probably weighs about 10 pounds overall. So not too bad, but it just makes it fun for shipping. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. And I love, like, even the one that's on right now has a wonderful aesthetic crack, but I'm sure it's very, very solid backing. So it's only going to look cracked and not act cracked.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. Everything we do is coated heavily. And there you go. There's a custom piece. So, and so, yeah, whether it have distressed looks to it or moss or a rusting effect, all ready to be outdoors, solid, ready to go. Yep.
Love this. Okay, if you had to take a guess, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but if you had to take a guess on how many pieces you're bringing with to MHC, because folks, as you're listening here, you're seeing this top quality stuff. Save yourself the shipping. I mean, they're bringing with a lot of pieces. You could pick them up and take them home. So we just want to see how rare, or how scarce the quality will be. So people need to make sure that they go to Ghost Ride and then head over to you guys, go to Ghost Ride, whatever. But make sure you get your pick of the litter. But how many pieces do you estimate?
If I had to estimate, we're probably bringing about 50 pieces, maybe overall. And you bring a very solid point up. We've had several people who will come through the front doors, and much like anybody, you got to go through the show, figure out where you're going to spend your money. And by the time they come back to the booth, it's gone. They're like, "Oh, I like that piece. Where did it go?" I'm like, "It's sold." I mean, we can make you one. Don't get me wrong, but
Sure.
obviously, because they're handmade, it definitely takes so much more time that we just don't have stacks of them, 20 deep. Here's what's coming to the show, sadly, but I think that also what gives its special, unique qualities as well.
Couldn't agree more. If someone does place a custom order with you or online, doesn't matter, how long does that process usually take? Like if you had to kind of quote somebody time-wise.
Sure, right. And that's a solid question. At least 8 weeks at this point in time.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a very limited amount of orders at MHC because we're pretty much booked for 2026. And there's a good reason for that. We're saving a little bit of
that's okay.
Energy with some. I think but we've got some news we're going to be sharing here probably during the show about why we're only taking a limited amount of orders. So we'll get into that a little bit later.
Totally. We've got some really cool special news. You guys have some special news, and I'm honored that you're choosing to debut it here on the show. So let's hold that for a little bit here. So guys, stick with us here. This is crazy. This is crazy awesome. Besides tombstones, what other items have people asked you to work with?
Well, I'm going to bring up, I'm going to let Ellen talk here a little bit about our stress skulls. We're going to be doing something uniquely different for MHC only. So I'm going to let her talk about what a stress stone is for those who don't know, how stress skulls, I'll get it out here, how wildly popular they were. And certainly at East Coast Haunters Convention, we sold a ton of them. And then what's coming, what we're bringing to the show. So I'll turn it over to her.
Hello.
Hey,
so, these are the stress skulls. They have become very popular. And you just squeeze them and take out. Well,
there you go.
That background that kind of messes
it's getting with the green screen, but that's cool.
They don't quite disappear like that, but it'd be cool if they did.
No.
So, but we have like all kinds of different colors. We have solids. If they're made like this, you're not going to see the same thing twice because we can't duplicate that. And one of the new things is we're going to be debuting a. Can't see it. There we go.
See if we go with a live camera shot for us
with the metallic.
Oh,
there we go.
So cool.
Yeah. So this is what we call like Terminator.
That's awesome.
That effect. So you just squeeze them.
if people are interested in, and I know these are you're debuting these, so I'm getting ahead of myself, but I can immediately see these in haunt gift shops. If people wanted to start talking about maybe a volume order with you, can they start doing that?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the things that we've kind of prepped for this year, was to have the ability to do bulk orders in that regard. So
Sure.
that is something that we're looking at being able to accept at MHC this year.
So cool, guys. That's so nice. Very nice. Now, we did have another question. Derek, we love Derek. Derek's our super fan here. For your tombstones, not trying to
Yes.
take us away from the skulls, can they stay out year round if someone wanted that?
We've actually had some clients who have left them out all year long. They survive. There's no doubt about that. I think for a longevity standpoint, if you would say, I'm going to invest in buying some of these tombstones, I think the best bet at the end of the season would be to bring them in. You'll easily get 10, 12 years of use out of them. No problem. You leave them out, I think, in a year-round environment, I think that you'll shorten that time span up to about probably 5 or 6 years. But it can be done.
Okay. No, this is real good. And guys, there were a few people talking about it. Certainly that lifespan is going to go infinitely if you keep them inside your show or maybe your living room, wherever you want them.
That's right.
Because then the weather's not going to attack it. So nice, guys. This is great. I want a stress skull. This is awesome. I want one right now. Like Robert's going through right now, and look at the detail of this mold here. This is wow, guys. Great work. Great work.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will you have stress skulls for cash and carry at MHC?
Absolutely.
Of course.
We've got, I think we've on deck about 250 of them coming to the show. So
Whoa.
we
Okay.
prepped.
Awesome, guys. I know I'll be lining up. Robert and I will be there because we need a stress skull. That would be a fun accent to the piece here. I love that. We got to do that.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, it was good seeing you at East Coast because, agreed, your products flew off the shelf. Like we couldn't even catch up with you guys. And I'm so excited that you were able to replenish, bring some to MHC because I know our crowd loves to see your stuff. And there's so many home haunts. I mean, we have over, I think, 50 or 60 professional or commercial haunted attractions within 100 miles of Chicago proper. And in that same vein, we have nearly, I think, 500 or 600 home haunts and thousands of aficionados and fans of the genre. So we're excited to have those MHC floor packed, all the hallways packed, and they're going to be coming for little stuff that they can put into their car. And this is a perfect option for them. So we can't wait, whether you're a home haunter, whether you're an enthusiast, or whether you want to help accent that next HellsGate scene, certainly check out ScreamFest Studios. Now, okay, we led to it a little bit. I know we're winding down. I'm excited. Number one, thanks on behalf of Robert and I for choosing to debut more breaking news. Tell us what you got, because I only read a little snippet of this and I didn't get a chance to focus on it. So I'm getting ready to be excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's big news for us. I mean, obviously we've done Midwest before and East Coast Haunters before, and they've been very great shows for us. But we are deciding to step up our game, and in 2027 we are going to be vending for our first time at TransWorld. So for our little company, we are very. For a lot of people, that may not mean a lot, but for those vendors who have made that dive into the deep end of the pool, it's a big step. So
yes,
about it, it means a lot of work and a lot of prep. So that's why limited orders for this year, of course. We've got to be prepared since Rich and Jen decided to move the date, into February. That just got a small little, factor in there. It's all right. We'll make it work.
Oh, congratulations, guys. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, we cannot wait to see you there. Getting some more love from the chat. I don't want to get away from that because I haven't gotten a chance to focus on the chat as much because we've had so much going. But Gretchen, yes, she's talking about getting a skull this year. Christina says, I'm a teacher. I need, capital need, a stress skull. I can imagine that there's plenty of other people that are out there that are going to be picking these up. Start your window shopping now. ScreamFestStudios.com. I can't wait to see you in 9 days. How does that trip look for North Carolina? Like, what kind of time? What kind of drive time?
Long.
Yeah. No, it's I want to say it's about 12 to 14 hours, if including all your stops. We
Sure.
normally will probably kick off and make a trip over to Indianapolis and spend the night, and then dart up
Sure.
to Chicago the next day. Just kind of be a little easier on ourselves.
From a non-Midwestern or a Midwesterner, do you have any foods that you look forward to eating while in Chicago? Just curious for your perspective.
Well, we'll actually go back to what they were saying earlier on in that little, I guess I'll call it a pavilion at the hotel.
Yeah.
Where you just dart underneath there. It's absolutely fantastic. You've got a bunch of different restaurants, and of course, if you like planes, it's great because you can see all the planes leaving out of Chicago. It makes for some interesting conversation, though. But but it's a great little place. I mean, it's awesome, and you can probably get just about anything of everything, and it's convenient, which is always nice.
It is.
I know as a vendor, at the end of the day, you're kind of done. I mean, you want a meal and you want to chill out for a bit, and so it's nice just to be able to saunter under little ways across the alleyway and get something to eat and catch up with some of your friends that you rarely get to see.
Could not agree more. And I know Christina put it in the chat. We love talking about food. Chicago's a huge food city. She's talking about Gene and Jude's, one of our famous hot dog stands that's literally right down River Road. It's not walking distance, but it's a very short Uber. So that's worth it. But yes, across the street, you literally don't have to do anything but like walk about 200 steps, and here you are with a plethora of options to enjoy with your friends. So
Yep.
I think there's a piano bar over there too. There's like a tiki bar, piano bar, concert venue, bowling alley, Irish bar, all kinds of fun stuff.
Mexican restaurants, so that's all I worry about.
Yes, yes. Oh, guys, it's such a pleasure. I know we didn't get a chance to talk as much as I wanted at East Coast, but I'm so glad it went so well, and certainly cannot wait to see you in Chicago. Is there anything that you want to share before we see each other in just 9 days?
Everybody get their ideas brewing. I mean, it's going to come see us early. We're going to be at booth 2847. We're kind of closer to the pit, so that's fine. Come see us. Take a quick ganter, and if there's something you like, well, you better scarf it up. It goes quick. I think last year we were very close to selling out, and so most of the items we had left were either purchased, and we're making arrangements for pickup later. So yeah, I mean it's a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong, but and not to try and pressure anybody, but better look.
No, it's true. And Michael set it off like, though, that when the show opens, it's very imperative. If you want to go home with what you're thinking about, you got to get there first. So this definitely would apply. Booth number 2847, as you said, check it out on our interactive map at MidwestHuntersConvention.com. But start your shopping right now, your window shopping, going through things at ScreamFestStudios.com. And if they wanted to reach out to you before MHC, just to talk, maybe they have a piece that they want that's pre-made, maybe you weren't going to pack it, and they could convince you to, find space in the truck. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Oh, absolutely. Email is the best way to get a hold of us. It's on my phone 24/7, ScreamFestStudios@gmail.com. So that's the easiest way to get in touch with me directly and make plans for whatever you want to create.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much. And obviously, safe travels. Stick with me here. We're going to close out the show here. We want to thank all of you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We only have one more show until the big dance. So that's going to be next Wednesday, actually, not next Thursday. Excuse me, not next Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Wednesday, June 3rd. Right before MHC. Right. So as you're packing, as you're getting ready, come listen to us. We're gonna have some fun conversations, and I think we're gonna cap everything off with a visit from Steve Christoff. So we're gonna talk all things MHC next Wednesday, our final show. Of course, thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks to you, Chris and Ellen, for being here. Thanks for Tater. Thanks for John. Thanks for Michael. And most of all, thanks for Robert for making all of the magic happen. We couldn't do this without you. Have a very great week. We will see you here next Wednesday. Enjoy the Stanley Cup playoffs. They've been awesome. And we can't wait to talk food, MHC, and seeing all of our friends at the best family reunion there is, Midwest Hunters Convention. Have a safe week.